This is a reverse lens filter. This is a 28mm lens. What happens when I join these two together? Well, you create a Frankenstein macro photography setup that's cheap and effective. In this video, I will talk about reverse lens macro photography, why you want to do it, and is it worth it? So let's get into it. Reverse lens filters are a great way to turn your regular lens like a 50mm or a 28mm into a simple macro photo setup. Now there's three reasons why you may want to do reverse lens macro photography. The first one is cost. It's extremely affordable to do this. Compared to a dedicated macro lens, it's kind of a no-brainer. A reverse lens filter will set you back anything from 15 to 30 bucks. The second reason is if you already have a lens capable to be reversed, such as this 28mm. Anything from 28mm to 50mm will allow you to do this and give you decent results. And three, the magnification. When using a wide-angle lens like this 28mm lens, when flipped, can give me some crazy magnification. This 28mm lens gives me a 2 or 3 times magnification. This is worked out by the distance of the camera sensor to your subject divided by the focal length of the lens. So in this case, it is 7.5 centimeters or 75 millimeters divided by 28mm. So that gives me 2.6, or rounding up, 3 times magnification. Now the gear I use is a Nikon branded reverse ring, which is about $35 US. This is a 52mm lens filter, which fits the 52mm filter thread of the 28mm lens. Now this lens I bought over 10 years ago for cheap off eBay. It's a vintage 28mm f3.5 lens made in the 1970s. It's an okay lens, not that sharp in the corners, and it has a couple of marks on the front element. But seeing that it is a bit bashed around, I thought it would be perfect for being reversed. So I'm not that precious with it, considering I will be exposing the rear element to the elements. So all you need to do is attach the filter to the front like so, and since I'm using a Nikon Z8, which is a Z-mount camera, and the 28mm is an F-mount lens, I need an adapter. So this is the Nikon FTZ adapter. It looks like an extension tube, but it's just a way for me to connect the F-mount lenses to my Z-mount cameras. So this lens setup cost me around $180, compared to a dedicated macro lens that ranges from $600 to $1,000 up. It's kind of a bargain. But that's all well and good, but how does it perform as a macro photography option? Let's go out in the field to have a go. All of these photos were taken using my standard macro settings of f11, a shutter speed of 200 and an ISO of 200. These insects were really hard to shoot as they were about the size of a grain of rice. This lavender plant was really hard to light properly with this lens setup, so it made for some darker images than I intended. I like to shoot abstract images of weeds, but even with the close working distance and minimal light, it still made for some nice images. As it is still winter here, insects are few and far between, but there are a few spiders still, and the occasional fruit fly. So there you go, reverse lens macro photography, a cheap setup that can give you some pretty great results. Now, would I use this over a dedicated macro lens? Probably not, but I love my macro lenses as they are designed specifically for macro photography. You can't beat that corner-to-corner sharpness of a macro lens. But this is still quite a fun and addictive setup to use, especially when you get the hang of it. It's one that can easily slip into your camera bag without taking up too much space. Great for on the go, but not a go-to. So in short, it's great fun, affordable, tricky to master, but worth the effort. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Cheers.